My name is Melissa Ricker. I'm the Director of Community Support Services with the Allen County Board of Developmental Disabilities. In the winter of 2023, the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities announced that they would be presenting a grant opportunity for county boards across the state of Ohio, and the funds were distributed through the American Rescue Plan Act. And the entire intent of the grant was to promote community inclusion, whether that be through making the community more accessible or through presenting people with the opportunity for community experiences. We had 17 different partners throughout the community that applied for the grant. There was a lot of different projects that were had. So we had some people who made some restroom improvements, so maybe putting in some handicap stalls. We had some people who put in some sidewalks, ramps, automatic buttons. We had people who just widened doorways in general just to be able to get through their organization. Other people had done universal changing tables, and we have 9 different universal changing tables throughout the county now. We did partner with a local cab company to be able to purchase a wheelchair accessible van. So hopefully that'll be coming sometime in 2025. The other facet of the grant was the community experiences. So through that, we were able to provide 71 community experiences. So accessibility is huge just in general. And it's things that you don't think of every day, right? Like until you're needing some sort of accessibility feature and you're trying to go through a doorway that's not quite wide enough for you, you're not gonna recognize the need that's in the community.
My name is Phil Berkey, and I work for Safi Behavioral Health, and we have the Safi Youth Drop-In Center. The Youth Drop-In Center is a space in Lima for youth ages 12 to 17 to come, hang out, get a warm meal, and build skills for the future. Teenage years can be a volatile time for a lot of youth. The progress that they can make in a little while is just impressive sometimes. We're located at the 658 West Market Street building, which is right next to the Lima Public Library. And that building used to be physicians' offices. When we've had youth in the past who came in wheelchairs, they couldn't utilize the entire facility. We knew that problem was an issue, and so actually learned about the ARPA grant at the Family and Children First Council meeting. And I got so excited. We got our doors widened, and I didn't think about how much of an impact that was going to make for some of our youth. I think one of the things that we don't always think about with the accessibility projects is how it helps everyone, not just those who desperately need it. It just reduces the amount of things that are just weighing on youth. We oftentimes talk about putting ourselves in situations to succeed. Every little bit that you have still in the tank to focus on something else that's not being sucked away by running into a door frame or running into another youth is something that you have to focus on something bigger and more important. And so, the knock-on effect is that people are just able to handle the next thing that they bump into just that much better. They have the energy, the focus to work on that. They grow. And they develop those skills even faster because they're engaging more, they're seeing the difference that it's making.
My name is Jonathan Berkey, and I am the Executive Director of Compassion Ministries of Lima, and I'm the pastor at the Elm Street Church of the Nazarene. Compassion Ministries of Lima is a 501c3 whose mission is to combat social and economic issues by bringing people together around a common table. The facility that we were moving into was an old church that was built in the 60s that was not accessible in any way. And in order to host events there and have our kitchen there and begin doing things there where we're feeding people, we really felt that we needed to have a restroom that was accessible to the general public. So we applied for grant dollars to help us make a women's and men's bathroom that was accessible, but also to make a family restroom that would be accessible, that would have a universal changing table in it. So a universal changing table is really kind of an amazing contraption that can handle any person. And the universal changing table that the grant provided us is very simple to use, but it lowers and raises automatically to the level that the person or the family would need it to for whatever their needs are. It just makes using the restroom and changing and all these types of things just so much easier for people that have physical limitations. As the director, I feel so much more confident to invite people to our space because I know that they're going to have a place where they can be comfortable and use the restroom. I mean, that's a pretty intimate operation, And so it's just, it gives me an incredible just sense of peace and comfort to know that as people come into our space, they're going to have everything that they need. I think that accessibility is probably the key to hospitality. the accessibility of your space communicates to individuals really who's welcome there. And so the grant provides an opportunity for people of all walks of life, all physical capacity, to come and just use the space and to be comfortable in it and at home in it.
My name is Amy Weekert-Bailiff. I'm the Executive Director of Crime Victim Services. We serve Allen and Putnam counties. We provide anti-violence education in the communities, and we provide advocacy for individuals who's been victimized by crime and violence. The impetus for us applying for this grant was really twofold. It was to serve staff and client needs. The ability to have a Hoyer lift to provide independence for individuals in their daily activities was really important for us. You know, when somebody walks through our door, they've already been through a lot. And so whatever we can do to reduce the barriers or challenges for them to access our services is an important thing. Additionally, for staff, we want to provide an environment that is inclusive, welcoming, and can allow each staff member to thrive to their greatest potential. The Hoyer lift allows an individual to be lifted and transferred with minimum physical effort. It's really providing that independence for a person to be able to complete activities that would otherwise have been difficult for them to complete independently. One of our agency values is belonging, and so anytime we can ensure that individuals and staff are able to work with us and bring their fullness of who they are to our environment, that is very important to us, and I think speaks to the way we want to operate services in the community.
Hi, my name is Andy Johnston. I'm with Westgate Entertainment Center in Lima, Ohio, and I'm a co-owner. Westgate Entertainment Center, we were built in 1958. We have 30 lanes of bowling, but over the years we've developed into more of a family entertainment center. We have a full-service restaurant, large arcade, virtual reality bumper cars for kids. And so we've got a little bit of everything for a family or adults just to come out and have a good time. We're in need of some new handicap actuators on our doors. They were getting older, and sometimes they would work, sometimes they wouldn't work. So we replaced the actuators on our doors. They're accessible from the inside and out with just what they call a wave activator, where people in wheelchairs or senior citizens can just kind of wave their hand in front of the actuator, and both sets of doors open. On Fridays, we do have a special needs league that we've had for probably about 30 years. A lot of wheelchairs, and some of them have walkers. And we actually had one end of the building that did not have actuators on it. And so now they can just kind of wave their hand in front of the actuator button, and the doors open real nice for them. They can kind of stream right in. They don't have to have somebody down there trying to help them get in and out. It really makes you feel good because not only the special needs groups that come in, which we have a lot of those, not only the league, but throughout the whole week. We've been there such a long time, we have a lot of older customers, and I think the older customers definitely appreciate it. A lot of the bowlers that's been coming in and bowling, we know a lot of them by name. I see them out in the community in public at the grocery store, and they come up and say hi to me, and it's just really good to be a part of the community. I think bowling is really a sport where, for one thing, you can do it your whole lifetime. Anybody can do it to some level, you know, at least to participate, and it's great for bringing families and groups together just to have a good time.
Hi, I am Tricia Terry. I am the office manager at the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board of Allen, Auglaize, and Hardin counties. We oversee and fund lots of agencies and programs in the 3 communities. We are charged by the Ohio Revised Code to do a continuum of care for mental health and substance use. So our building, we've been in there for about 1.5 years now. And there were some things done in the remodel of our building to make it ADA accessible, but we didn't do all the things that we wanted to do, so this grant gave us the opportunity to be able to do that. We have sliding doors on the front now, so people don't have to even push a button. It just opens when they come in. Our suite and the suite upstairs both have buttons now available. The public bathrooms in each of those places, our training room, our elevator room, all have ADA accessible buttons now. I just think it's made things easier for people. We also updated our signs. So we did have some signs that had Braille. Now that we've added these buttons, we've added some more signs. It just made it easy for us to give to the community. We wanted to make it accessible and inclusive for everyone. I want people to be able to feel like once they've been to our building, it's not going to be a barrier to come in, to get into an office, to get into a room, to take the elevator even. We wanted to make sure that people knew that we wanted them there.
My name is Troy Elwer. I am the Promotions and Operations Manager at the Allen County Fairgrounds. Most people just think of us as that 9-day event in August. The other 350 odd days out of the year that aren't the fair, we rent the facility. Trade shows, flea markets, motorcycle races, demolition derbies, concerts, you name it. Depending upon the time of year, that's what we've got. I really stepped back and took a look at our infrastructure, and I'm like, what are our needs? And I felt like one of the biggest areas that we were lacking in was accessibility of our facilities. They weren't super accommodating. Once I found out this opportunity in working with the Board of DD to kind of apply for this grant, I thought, what an incredible opportunity to really give back and accommodate those people that really need it, because that's what our mission is. We want to be inclusive and we want to be accessible to all so that everyone can have the same experience during those 9 days of the fair. But we installed 2 universal changing tables in our Midway restroom facility, which is our largest restroom facility on the property. We also installed push button openers on that entire facility as well. I'm kind of hoping we can implement that same theme of accessibility across the rest of our facilities on the grounds. I tell you what, the amount of incredibly positive feedback we have gotten on those tables and those door openers, they're like, why didn't you do this 10, 15 years ago? I'm forever grateful that we were fortunate enough to receive this grant. I'm just hoping there's additional opportunities in the future where we can continue this footprint across the property.
I'm Tony Grumbless. My sister would say I'm a sports nut. Anything with a ball, doesn't matter if it's football, baseball, basketball. I love fishing. I'm kind of an outdoorsman. I'm just basically a fresh air and sunshine person. The automatic doors at banks, grocery stores, I love those. I love just pushing those. I just feel that the door openers, they do allow for more freedom. You want to be more independent because, if you're ever hired for a job, you'll need to be as independent as humanly possible. We've come so far in as far as availability for things, and the independence is much better. People should realize that we are more independent than what we're given credit for being.
I mean, I think independence and dignity go hand in hand, right? It gives everybody else the autonomy and the dignity to be able to get around and do everything else just like anybody else does without a disability. The Ohio Department of Development's Disabilities really offered a great and unique, amazing opportunity for all of us to take advantage of and to apply for those funds for our communities. Working with the 17 partners was truly amazing. Everybody had a different project going on. Everybody had a different timeline. Everybody was working with a different slew of people to complete their projects. And it was just really great to see all of the different community partners commit to that. They made a pretty huge commitment on their end to be able to finish these projects. For a course of 12 months to see 17 different projects be completed start to finish and have all of these different improvements in the community was a really big deal.